Hey guys, Demon Hunter here. Hope all is well. Yeah, so just came across a video clip from the Matrix that kind of found quite interesting because it aligns with everything that I'm trying to share in terms of they're building out a digitalized artificial sky canopy over our heads. And again, I'll just show you this just to start. So this is in the sides of the north, and these are chemtrails coming through, right? Spraying utility, fog, and foglets, creating this live AI augmented virtual reality smart desk confinement dome over our heads for their sentient world simulation. But you see above the sun, you see all these lights that turn on. You can see it over this dark sun, right? Sun simulator. Right there, all those lights turn on, all up there, right? And then when they go by, you can still see them up there. And these chemtrails are coming through, creating this live AI augmented virtual reality digitalized smart desk confinement dome over our heads. So again, right above the sun, about 11 o'clock, you'll see the lights turn on. And there's one at 12 o'clock, about 12:05, just turned on right up there above the sun. And then right here, you're going to see a bunch that are stationary up there that are all turned on. So, and they're cloaking and concealing all this, right? You can see it up there at the very top of the screen coming on. Like tracks up there or something, and then the chemtrails come by. You see the lights on up there. Just remaining stationary, following that sun around. And then, like I said, you could see these chemtrails coming by, spraying your utility fog and your foglets. And then you got these, it's like an archon walking across this glass ceiling, an armadillo, a waddling duck, right? Archon, armadillo, waddling duck. Archon, armadillo, waddling duck. As they build out this sky canopy, I think this is another one. It's got some stuff in there. It's just kind of hidden, but it's all in there. You can see tech all in there, like at 6 o'clock of the sun there. And watch. Right there, there's, even below that, there's tech that you could see kind of build out. That's 6 o'clock of the sun. And even on that, right in there, let me see if I can get this. See that, right? They're kind of building out on that cloud. It's just like self-replicating, self-assembling. And the light stationary up there. And it turns off. See that chain? See the chain up there right now above the sun? And the track that goes out to the left? There's the track. There's the track, like, I don't know, kind of being concealed. And then there's like a chain at 12 o'clock, it looks like. You know? Let me see if there's any more. And there's some more. Just kind of weirdness. Yeah, so, but right there, if you look just to the top of the sun, you see like a chain, this weird looking structure, and then a structure that kind of goes to the left. But anyway, and then there's like, just weird stuff like this. And then, like I said, this is Donnie from Daytona. He put his drone up in the air, extremely high up, high altitude drone, and it's actually, it's reacting to the frequency in the space fence. And he recorded this. You see how the frequency's jumping all around with this invisible smart desk confinement dome digitalized artificial canopy that's over our heads. See how all those frequencies are jumping around? That's interacting with his drone. Pretty weird. So, let's see here. And then we talked about utility fog. This is only 2 minutes, guys. I got to get through this, and then I'll jump right into. I just want to try and prove that there's a smart dust digitalized artificial sky canopy over our heads. So let's watch this. These are the machines that are spoken of in the Matrix. This nanotech, this smart dust, utility fog that's all raining down on us, I believe.
Could we ever program reality? Utility fog, a concept theorized by nanoengineer John Storrs Hall, who suggested that a collective of nanotechnological devices called Foglets could link together into a complex aerial swarm network. Hall initially came up with this idea as a way to prevent trauma in car crashes by stiffening the air inside the car. However, if this idea were to be extended to the atmosphere of our planet, then we'd be able to conjure things out of thin air, like wizards.
Be able to conjure things out of thin air like wizards. Think of all these drones and all these orbs.
Then we'd be able to conjure things out of thin air, like wizards. If these foglets were to be directed by an AI, they could be morphed into any structure that the user finds convenient.
Such as blowers from hell, weed whackers from hell, steering storm systems up there, creating all this UFOs and alien, craft up there that we're seeing, this holographic craft, but everything's, of course, pouring out of the chemtrails, strictly out of the chemtrails, in terms of a lot of this holographic stuff that we're seeing up there in this mech. So are these chemtrails housing utility fog and foglets in unison with, of course, your graphene oxide, your aluminum, your barium?
A whole planet made up of these foglets gives us the concept of a heaven world.
A heaven world shows you the Osiris, Ra, the Phoenix.
Somewhat like the idea
with the one-eyed symbolism, something like a simulation heaven. Again, this artificial construct, sentient world simulation that they're building over our heads is gang stalking with, targeted individual program with voice-to-skull technology where they can put thoughts in your heads as you're seeing an orb up in the sky or a craft or a UFO.
A simulation heaven that we see in VR, except that this would be real life. Think of utility fog as a video game where the characters can leap off the screen and interact with you.
And just like in the movie Pixels that I showed you, where they said they're going to send real life video games to attack us.
As a video game where the characters can leap off the screen and interact with you, disassembling and reassembling themselves into furniture, landscapes, or food, anytime, anywhere.
Or UFOs, or drones, or,
The surface of these heaven worlds would be covered in what we call programmable matter, also known as smart dust. The grains of sand under your feet are all actually robots of three-dimensional tactile material that can reshape and reform itself to suit your deepest desires.
So are these the machines that Matrix Dark Storm's referring to? Where they had to block out the sun to try and stop the machines?
If the nanobots that make up this smart dust become cheap and plentiful enough, it would truly be bridging the gap between man and what anyone from the Dark Ages would consider a god. On a heaven world, the very dirt we walk in and the air we breathe will contain AI-directed nanites, a custom universe where you'll no longer be able to tell virtual reality from actual reality.
And keep in mind, they're creating aura clothing, consumer goods, and everything with this nanotech to be able to interact with this sentient world simulation over our heads.
Where you'll no longer be able to tell virtual reality from actual reality. At this point, it will no longer matter if the universe is a programmed simulation, because you'll be able to rewrite that program anyway. In fact, Google's director of engineering, Ray Kurzweil, has suggested that these nanomachines would unconditionally guarantee immortality, replacing every cell in our body until we become a collective of nanites ourselves.
All right, thanks for hanging it with me, guys. So again, I believe that Pollyon's capped the dome. He's the Lord of the Rings. He's now on the sides of the North, pretending to be God, having created his own smart desk confinement dome with his AI hive mind Skynet cube up there, throwing this web down on us. We're the bugs that he's looking to get caught in the web and get us assimilated for the vaccination. It's all an aversion. It's a surveillance. It's all an aversion of God's enclosed system. Okay, you got God's New Jerusalem, which is cube shaped, and the Bride of Christ, and then you have the AI hive mind with the black cube matrix. It's all an inversion. You got God being omnipresent, and then the artificial construct of that is the surveillance apparatus that they got going on up there and all around us. Okay, Satan looked to be omnipresent like God, creating his metaverse, the sentient AI world simulation with NASA and the blue bloods up top orchestrating this whole thing with the magic in the machine. And I believe this is the Dark Sun, the Sun Simulator. Again, reference it as being the Star of Ramphan belonging to Moloch, saying it's on the Israeli flag. The blue star, the same thing in the Hopi prophecy that states that a blue star will come crashing down in the ninth and final sign, which I believe is the Star of Ramphan, this Dark Sun, this apparatus, this machine. And it's Star Wars once again. It's the battle of the two suns, God's son that bringeth forth life, and then the Death Star that bringeth forth death and destruction, which is torching all these areas, reflecting its God's real sun's light into a Fresnel lens mech in these smart dust clouds, redirecting that light, torching all these areas, setting everybody up to be herded into these 15-minute smart grid kill cities. And I believe there's like a city around this thing, or it's a machine, and I'm going to try and prove this to you. You just got to bear with me. I'm going to make this one short, guys. I promise. I'm sorry they're so long. There's so much to grasp because you have the Dark Sun with the all-seeing eye, right? The Falcon, Ra, Osiris, Lucifer, Asgardia with the Sputnik satellites, with the Laurel Reefs Apollo, right? Atop the dome. Asgardia is based on a satellite in low Earth orbit under the dome. A future member of the United Nations with their Sputnik satellites, their orbs, all up there. And I've shown you the King Kong one. I'll hold off on that. I'll try and hold off on some of this stuff. Again, the Star of Ramphan belonging to Moloch and saying it's not found in the Talmud or the Bible, but the Bible does reference to be the Star of Ramphan belonging to Moloch, saying it's the cube. It's the 666. It's found in the golden seal within the sun halo. Right, everything we're seeing up there, Lord of the Rings, the Star of Ramphan belonging to Moloch, saying it's with the Osiris, the Falcon, the Eye of Ra, and it makes Metatron's cube. Now, this is, again, in the Operation Dark Storm. We're just going to read through this real quick, and then we'll get to the clip that I'm going to try and show you. The machine war. Earth was covered with artificial storm clouds, and almost all life, both plants, animals, go extinct. Scientists devised a plan to block out the sun rays from the surface of the Earth using nanites sprayed into the upper atmosphere in hopes of cutting the machines off from their primary power source. So the leaders conceived of their most desperate strategy yet, a final solution, the destruction of the sky. This would man try to cut the machines off from the sun, their main energy source. The operation commenced with UN bombers deploying Shroud over Eastern Europe, which soon encircled the entire planet. With humans were successful in scorching the sky, Operation Dark Storm carried tremendous cost, both to the planet and humanity. Without the energy from the sun, much of the Earth's life did not survive, leading to the total collapse of the biosphere. And here's the chemtrails, laying down their AI digitalized artificial sky canopy, blocking out the sun. Universal crop failure soon followed, causing worldwide famine. Now, so again, it's my belief that Satan's building his technocracy-based kingdom, his metaverse for his fourth industrial revolution, transhumanism agenda, getting everybody simulated, vacuum slowing God's natural earth frequency, which protected us from outer darkness. He collected ether from outer darkness via CERN, the key to the abyss, and dispersed that through the stratospheric aerosol program. And these are acting as chemtrail gateway portals to outer darkness, as well creating a digitalized artificial canopy over our heads, a smart dust confinement dome. that is made of tesseract, which is actually pulling in outer darkness, lifting the veil, with Apollyon now nested in the sides north, pretending to be God. Vacuum sowing God's natural earth frequency, giving us no other, which is, also raining on, and these chemtrails are raining down the smart dust utility foglets, utility fog and foglets, and the smart dust, the barium, the graphene oxide, radiating the planet. Satan's known as Ra. It's the 88 on the parabolic table, atomic number 88. And it's connected to 5G towers. It's connected to the Gwen towers. It's got 300 copper spoke wheels on underground. It's connected to all the smart dish raining all in our homes. And with the chemtrails open these gateway portals to outer darkness, it's all the gamma rays coming in, hence raw radium, again, the 88 atomic number on the parabolic table. So he's radiating the planet. Gives us no other choice other than accept Trump's AI vaccinations, turning us into a machine for his golden age. Okay? So, let's see. And then you had, I've shown you in the video recently where Mark Zuckerberg changed Facebook to Meta, and he says Meta is now the new North Star, and Meta's Metatron's cube, which is up here. He's the new North Star. Okay. Yeah. So Polaris is God's throne, whereas now they've created this sentient world simulation, and Facebook's all based off surveillance once again, you know, and creating this whole surveillance grid, getting all your profiles, right, for the sentient world simulation they're creating directly over our heads. But anyway, so that's why they called it Meta, but it's Metatron. Again, all these clouds. These are people catching these clouds, smart dust clouds, with all this nanotech. Looks like computer boards and grids within these smart dust clouds that people are catching. And then you've got, grids forming in the clouds that I've shown before. So they're self-replicating, self-assembling smart dust clouds capable of creating blowers from hell, weed whackers from hell on all these storm systems. So, and it's ear magic. Sorry, Illuminati playing card, ear magic, air magic, and it's the magic in the machine. Okay, so you got Bill Gates here with the black cube, Metatron's cube up there, open the gates of Hades via these chemtrails, right? Gateway portals to outer darkness, the one-eyed symbolism, referencing Ra. Okay, Lucifer, right? Was one eye. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated. They're looking to get everybody assimilated into the Borg, turning with Satan creating his army, I would say, looking to battle the saints, building his army via creating these super soldiers, and everybody, all the vaccinated, this and that. And then to take out the saints, and then followed by battling God with having created this, this space fence all around this digitalized artificial sky canopy. And let's see here. And then again, Chronos, the time key with the black cube, Xbox, one-eyed symbolism, right? X is the cube. And it's all about magic inside the machine. This is the floppy disk with the one-eyed symbolism, Lucifer, the false light bearer with the all-seeing eye, a Lucifer, Apollyon with the black cube, right? Apollyon nests in the sides of the north, pretending to be God, having created his own smartness confinement dome. It's the magic in the machine, the magic in the machine. And he's pointing up. The black cube's up, Skynet's up, Apollon's up, Lucifer, the false light bearer is up. This dark sun's up. Whose web will it be again? It will be Satan's web. When we're the bugs he's looking to get us caught in it, okay? So, in short, in the red is all your smart dust raining down on us, foglets, utility fog, this digitalized artificial sky canopy. Apollon's nest in the sides of the north, pretending to be God, simulating the constellations, moon sim, sun sim, meteorite sims, right? And potentially all these different orbs and UFOs, and creating a live AI, augmented virtual reality all around as a sentient world simulation. All this smartness, again, is connected to us, our clothing. It's following, it's all within our homes, connected to the 5G towers, connected to these devices, these smart devices. It's connected to the Gwen towers, like 300 copper spoke wheels underground, and everything's aimed at vacuum sowing God's natural earth frequency. And they showed it here once again. in the 100 series. Sorry, guys, I just got to get through this. I'm going to make this video quick. Warning, radiation area. See the radiation sign there?
Hold up. There are things and people in these woods that want us dead. You fall behind, you will be.
It's a dome. And look how that looks like the somewhat of the different frequencies that the drone picked up, Donnie's drone picked up, right? That you can't really see now. And again, as above, so below. In blue, you got God's enclosed system. Underneath that, you got Satan creating his own smart desk confinement known was all-seeing eye surveillance ball apparatus, Project Looking Glass, monitoring all the districts below, just like in Hunger Games. Meanwhile, vacuum sealing the total field and radiating the planet and creating his fourth industrial revolution transhumanism agenda underneath. As above, so below. Because then you got NASA patch here, right? NORAL 39, which is, you invert the 9, that's a 6, that's 3 6s. You got NASA, the blue bloods up here, the octopus, right? With all the nanotech raining down on us. Nothing is beyond our reach because they got all this self-replicating, self-assembling nanotech just, all around us. Okay, so let's just go to this footage real quick. Okay, so, and keep in mind, what was interesting too in the Matrix, I don't know, the architect scene, I don't know if you recall that, but he was talking about the different resets of the Matrix, where there was 6, and then Neo was the one that finally freed everybody from Zion and freed them from the any more prior resets. And so there was actually 5 resets, and on the 6th, Neo. So you think Neo, I don't know, Neo Jesus comes and tears the system down, which scripture suggests, and I'll show you that in a minute. But, okay, so let's see here. So now if we go to this, that's not the one. Let's do this one. Oh, did I get that one? I hope I did. Did I get that one? Oh, is it? Man, did I not get that? Let me just see. Yeah, this is it. All right, let's check this out. Okay, now this here is under this is under Satan's dome, under his smart dust confinement dome. This digitalized artificial sky canopy that's over our heads, okay? And this is where all the machines are located, okay? It's all under the sky canopy they created over our heads, this digitalized artificial sky canopy, and then beyond that is God's real constellation. So there's real moon, real sun. And that's why you get glimpses of 2 suns. You see God's real sun once this chemical haze from the chemtrails releases, but then you're catching also the digitalized artificial sun simulator in there as well, which is within the digitalized artificial sky canopy they've created over our heads. And that's why you're catching 2 suns, and that's why there's 2 suns in Star Wars. One's God's real sun. This is this artificial dark sun that's now within this artificial sky canopy they've got over our heads, as shown in the Matrix, with these machines. Think of these machines as these foglets, utility fog, that can create like vortexes from hell, blowers from hell, weed whackers from hell, self-replicating and steering storm systems, right? All these areas that are being taken out, like Bahamas, Hawaii.
There's too many.
Gotcha! Come on, Neo, I need help here.
Can't beat them.
What do we do?
Go up. Over them.
What do we do? Go up over them.
Can't beat them.
What do we do?
Go up. Over them. Sky. It's the only way.
The sky, it's the only way. They're going to punch through the sky out of this artificial digitalized sky canopy that's housing all these machines, the Matrix, that's now constructed over our heads, Satan artificial construct. And they're going to punch through the sky, free themselves from these, all these sentinels in these machines, this nanotech, foglets, utility fog, whatever you want to call it. Let's watch this.
And up we go.
So you could consider that God's real sun, okay? These are Israel clouds. And then underneath that, where all that lightning is the Matrix that's been built over our heads. And all this plasma discharge you see that is taking out these machines because they're connected to the Matrix, okay? And they go through this space fence, plasma discharge space fence, and then they're no longer connected to the machine. So they break the digitalized artificial sky canopy, which I believe is made of Tesseracts, and boom, punch through. And now you got the real clouds, God's real sun, constellations, moon. Yep. Okay, so now he's back in the Matrix. Now watch this. So this is Machine City. This is when Neo is going to talk with it's not the Oracle or the Architect, but it's the machine itself. And it's the Dark Sun. You even see it as the Dark Sun. It's like the cube. And he's going to talk to him to create peace, to free Zion from the machines. Let's watch. See the sun? The dark sun?
What do you want? Peace.
What are they doing? What are you doing?
More peace.
See the dark sun? Metatron's cube within this digitalized artificial sky canopy that bringeth forth death and destruction. Connected, it's the AI connected to all these machines, these utility foglets. Excuse me.
And if you fail, I'm on.
see how they resemble all those things that are flying around the skies, right? Those squids that we're seeing. They're showing us all these pictures on, the internet.
He fights for us.
You're not going to be able to determine what's real from fake because they're building all this out over our heads, this live AI, augmented virtual reality.
It is done.
Dark Sun, Metatron's Cube, Lucifer. There's all the Sentinels, machines, and mech fleeing because Neo brought
It
peace.
doesn't make sense. He did it. He saved us. He saved us.
It's over! He did it! He did it!
What is it? What happened?
Sir, he did it, Sir. Neil, he did it!
Did what?
He ended the war. The machines are gone. The war is over, sir. The war is over.
All right, so if you go back to, let's just go look at some scripture. Do I have scripture down here? Try to bring this on home. Let me do this. Here we go. All right. So this is the Hopi prophecy. We'll start off with just the Hopi prophecy, ninth and final sign. You will hear of its dwelling place in the heavens above the earth that shall fall with a great crash. Think NASA, this dark sun, Metatron's cube. It will appear as a blue star. And what's on the Israeli flag? The star of Rampham belonging to Moloch, Satan. And then these are some scriptures backing up what I'm trying to share here. Obadiah, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, the falcon, Osiris, Ra, and thou set thy nest among the stars, that's why I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Come, they said, let us build us a tower that reaches the heavens, that we make a name for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth. Hence NASA up there, right? That's in Genesis. Isaiah, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which weakest the nations? For thy said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars. Apollyon creating his own smart artificial, confinement dome, just digitalized, the sentient world simulation over our heads, simulating the constellations, simulating the UFOs. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne room above the stars of God. God's throne is Polaris, whereas Satan's new North Star, based off Facebook, Meta becomes the new North Star. There's surveillance ball apparatus where they're looking, Project Looking Glass AI up there. But it says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne room above the stars of God. I will also sit in amongst the mount. I will also sit also upon the mount of the congregation, the sides of north being up. I will ascend about the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, the sides of the pit, declareth the Lord. If I ascend, this is Psalms, if I ascend the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. Isaiah again, how are you fallen from heaven, O morning star, son of the dawn? You have cut down to the ground, O destroyer of nations. Jeremiah, the terror you caused and the pride of your heart deceived you, O dwellers in the clefts of the rocks. Because we know this serpent seed is here. Reagan says, is there not already an alien force here amongst us? Hence this Canaanite serpent seed race. They are hiding in the underground. The terror you caused and the pride of your heart have deceived you, O dwellers in the clefts of the rocks, O occupiers of the Mount Summit. We know NASA's on Mount Herman and also atop the dome, the Mount Summit. Though you elevate your nest like the eagle, even from there will I bring you down, declares the Lord, Jesus. Amos, though they dig down to Sheol, from there my hand will take them, and though they climb up to the heaven, NASA, from there I will pull them down. Isaiah again, all the stars, this is important, all the stars in the sky will be dissolved, and the heavens rolled up like a scroll. All the stars in the sky will be dissolved, and the heavens roll up like a scroll. All the starry host will fall like withered leaves from the vine, live shriveled figs from the fig tree. Is this when Jesus comes back and tears down this Skynet web, this artificial digitalized sky canopy, this sentient world simulation, when we saw all these sentinels, right? Sentient world simulation. Sentials, which are these machines and mech. When Neo came, defeated the machines and made peace, and then they all left. And now the sky is going to scroll back, and all these starry hosts are going to fall like withered leaves from the vine. All the constellation simulations, all this mech that's up there, like shriveled leaves and figs from the fig tree. Is this when Jesus comes back and tears down Skynet web, artificial digitalized sky canopy, sentient world simulation overheads, where it's rolled back like a scroll, and all the constellation simulations that they have up there fall with, like withered leaves from a vine. And then you have Revelation 6:14 also mirroring this. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it's all rolled together, and every mountain, every line were moved out of their places. Again, is this when Jesus comes back and tears down Skynet web? And is Neo betraying Jesus? So one more time, again, is this when Jesus comes back, tears down the Skynet web, artificial digitalized sky canopy, sentient world simulation over our heads, where it is rolled back like a scroll, and all the constellation simulations they have up there and all the mech fall like withered leaves from a vine. So this is what I'm kind of seeing, guys. Obviously, like I said before, a lot of these scriptures, if you believe that we're living in the Satan's little season, this is lost my train of thought. You got to be selective in the scriptures that you use. But anyway, so then you got Trump here, right? Let's not forget what Trump says.
Don't say no.
The Space Force. Does that make sense? The Space Force. At some point in the future, we'll look back and say, how did we do it without space? At some point in the future, we'll look back and say, how did we do it without space? The Space Force. Does that make sense? The Space Force.
So why would he be saying that? It just doesn't make sense. And then, let's see here. And then you also got, I'll kind of end it with this. I know I've seen channels, alternative channels, even pushing the whole Chris Bledsoe thing. And Chris Bledsoe was a gent. He was on the History Channel, that's got millions of views, and we know that they're predictive programming. And he's talking about communicating with these orbs. And he's supposedly a Christian, but he's in contact with the NASA. He's in contact with the CIA. He's on these ancient alien history channel. And him and his son, this is his son here, and they're just flooding the internet now, where he saw these orbs, and out of these orbs came a woman, okay, which I believe is just Queen of Heaven, I think I wrote that down here. So Chris Bledsoe is on mainstream media History Channel, Ancient Aliens in cahoots with NASA, CIA. Thus need to seek discernment because he seems to be spewing perhaps even unknowingly disinformation. Lucifer masquerades as an angel of light. Thus the woman Chris Bledsoe is mentioning manifests out of orbs could very easily be the Queen of Heaven, Lucifer masquerading again as an angel of light to push her false alien agenda. And then I went on to state, I scanned quickly through many Chris Bledsoe videos online on YouTube, and most are New Age, showing pyramids, crystals, UFOs, aliens, and Metatron's cube, Lucifer on their backdrops. Let's need to seek discernment here. There are also two sons based off my studies, hence Star Wars, of the Battle of the Two Sons. I've already gone into this. God's son that bringeth forth life, and the Death Star, son Sim, dark son that bringeth forth death and destruction, which is found again on the Israeli flag, the Star of Ramphan belonging to Moloch, Satan, to which Hopi prophecy again declares will fall with a great crash. And again, with the Hopi prophecy, ninth final sign, you will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens, NASA, above the earth, a dwelling place like this dark sun, this Elysium-style base that I've been trying to share with you guys, Asgardia, Space Kingdom, based on a satellite in low Earth orbit. Above the earth shall fall with a great crash. It will appear as a blue star. But anyway, so I wanted to share that because here, once again, so this is Chris Bledsoe Jr., okay, and he was one that experienced these little green men with these orbs. All right, but look at this. You got a pyramid here with Saturn. You got the cube up here, the black cube with Saturn, right? Everything that's connected to the matrix, everything that I'm showing you here with the black cube, Metatron's cube up there, because he's got Metatron's cube right here, Lucifer, okay? He's got the Queen of Heaven here. He's got this is, I believe this is showing the Sun Simulator, because I mean it's got this UFO whatever all around it, which I've shown you. I'll show you again real quick, and I'll end it with that. And then he's got the tower, right? The tower on the Baphomet that I've shown you, the Tower of Babel, right? Sky Dome Atlantis with the orb. He's got a little green man on his shirt. It looks like it's doing the devil horn signs. So yeah, and he's got the crystals here. He's got the pyramids with a Saturn. So people are pushing this Chris Bledsoe guy, and he's all over Ancient Aliens. And this is a podcast with him where he breaks down. But I mean, you know, he got a pyramid on his shirt. He's got a pyramid on his hat. Sorry, a pyramid on his hat. So, and then if you just go to just what I was referencing here, see? And this is Sky Dome Atlantis. This is the Tower of Babel that was referencing with the Lucifer, the False Light Bros, False Luminescent Star, Sun Simulator, right? And so watch out for that guy, Chris Bledsoe. He's all online. He's on Ancient Aliens and Air Magic. And I told you this is a present. I did a video on this. This is a present to Donald Trump for this is a present to Donald Trump from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, okay, which has the golden beeper. And this is the golden age, right? It's Babylon. Babel. And you got the green pager, which is talking about explosions, TNT, and he's got the toroidal field. Well, he's got the tree, but that resembles the toroidal field. Satan's looking at vacuum seal, the toroidal field, and Trump is connected to the 88, and the 88 is connected to Ra, which is radium. It's the atomic number 88 on the parabolic table, and you got Trump here with his 88. I've done videos on all this, but let me see, and we'll just wrap this up real quick. So you got that. And see, this is a video that BBM3333 did.
This video is from last night during the overnight hours. He said this was in the sky all night long. The video right here was taken at 1:56 a.m. He's zooming out for perspective purposes to kind of get an idea of how high up in the sky that thing was. A few thousand feet high. And it remained in the...
This guy's gaslighting everybody. You're not going to have 600, 700,000 subs, and he gaslights everybody with 33 in his username.
Sky, according to Tegan, all night long. Wait till we zoom in
you're not
on
gonna have
this
that.
thing.
Sorry, you're not going to have that many subs if you're over the target. If you're even remotely over the target, it's not going to happen.
This is one of the wildest things I think I've ever seen in the nighttime sky. No kidding. Didn't move, remained there for hours. What was it looking at? What was it doing? Why does it light up bright every once in a while and then dim back out? And as you're going to see, this thing has some fascinating features on it. Wait till we zoom in really close, like we always do. We had an opportunity to go in real tight on this thing because the quality was... Look at that. You can tell this is of intelligent origin.
You notice the X on there, and it looks like XRP symbol, and it's the X, and the cube is the X. I mean...
Are you serious right now? A circle with an X in it? What? And this unusual feature in the front? How do you even begin to describe that?
And let me see here.
Outside the Game Awards 2023.
You got a demon with a portal, and how can you even explain that? Mr. BB333. Yeah. So, and then this is the craft that's all around the sun that I've done. F-16. It's being cloaked. I believe there's like a machine, a Dyson sphere all around this dark sun, which I believe houses the cube. The tech's all right there. Let me go this side. All being cloaked. And then let's see here. And like I said, it's all around the sun. And it's the same thing that's at the, you got the cube in there. It's just a technique you use to capture all this stuff up there. Skydome Atlantis. And that's pictures of it up there that a friend caught. And you got, it looks like a clock up there, a big clock. And, you know, Satan's, Cronus the timekeeper. And again, all these demons, everything, all this demonic filth manifests out of these chemtrails because I believe they housed ether from outer darkness, which is opening chemtrail gateway portals to all this outer darkness, right? Building out their crafts, their sentient, or what do they call it, centennials, like in the Matrix, right? Their ships. Ship there, there's ship there, and there's one there. There's even eyes piercing through there. And then there's one that's building out here too. I've got it in other photos, but yep, self-replicating, self-assembling, nanotech clouds. There's a face there. There's this guy here. And this guy. You see a little bit better there. I'm just going to wrap this up, guys. I promise. There's the cube. Right? All this demonic filth pouring out of these clouds. There's an eye piercing through right there with these tentacles. I've shown all this before. Gother Tunnel Ritual was a ceremony talking about opening chemtrail gateway portals to outer darkness. I've done all that. You can see a face right in there populating out. Soulless black eyes. There's two right there, faces looking at one another. Profile photos. And then there's an eye piercing through right there with these tentacles. And then there's this guy, which is a huge, massive structure that populates over here. There's a face. There's an eye piercing through. And then there's two faces right there. All around this dark sun. Yep. Lord of the Rings. Saturn says to be losing its rings, but I think they're bringing it down here. This sentient world simulation transfer becomes simulated. And these are the things that builds out. These chemtrails go right into these pulley systems. Regular subs, you can drop off. I'm just going to go through this for any newcomers. These chemtrails go in these pulley systems, self-replicating, self-assembling, pulling this structure across the sky. Looks like Elysium base, and you got all these little men that populate, and I've got loads of videos, these little people, like Elysium. Remember Elysium, the movie, talking about the elites up there, and got this, and it's like this guy's like, there's like a guy there that looks like he's looking down, but, yep. All the mech around the sun that they're trying to conceal. These guys, soulless black eyes, big cranium head, little bent knees, androgynous figures with wings. There's two of them. This is in the outer bands of Hurricane Irma after the Gother Tunnel Ritual that mirror the prop that was at Gother Tunnel right here. Big cranium head, soulless black eyes, man boobs, androgynous figure, little bent knees, wings. Yep. Cranium head, soulless black eyes, little bent knees, wings. And there's another one. Soulless eyes, big cranium head, wing. And they build out all these structures coming at these like holographic type structures. Everything's pouring out of these chemtrails. There's even like something going there. It looks like a demon or something flying into it. This is from Paper Thin Veil a while ago. Here's your fake alien invasion, based off my research. Structure right in there. And then you got this vertical demon with wings, horns on his head. This little guy with a beard riding this like bird bike. Liz from Ireland sent me this, Anubis. And you can see all the tech. There's tech all in there. It's mech. It builds it out. There's a dragon head piercing through here. You can see his eyes there. Eyes, his snout. This is his neck. And then this is face populating on this tech. All these clouds, they manifest a face of a demon that got soulless black eyes. And there's a face there populating out. Concern, Gother ritual, Baphomet, angel of death archetype, androgynous figures. Much more demons. And this is all the mech that's all around the sun. I'm trying to show you a little bit here. You can see it all in here, right? And all down in here. And down here. And over here. And up here. It's all being concealed. Operation Dark Storm, The Matrix. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Right? What was Mad Max? Something Dome. I've done videos on all that, showing the exact same thing. They're even talking about it somewhere back in all my videos. Thunderdome. Yep, all the tech in there. And up there. And down here. And there. And there. Okay. See it all in there? Just like in the Matrix clip I showed you, the Dark Sun. With all that mech around it and all those sentials. I made that connection tonight, actually, on this video. Sentient world simulation, sentials, machines in the Matrix. I knew about the Dark Sun connection a while now. And then this is like Lucifer, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds makes diamond faces. It's caught on a webcam and it looks like Transformers with these tentacles. Like I said, is this what took out the Bahamas? Self-replicating, self-assembling, tornadoes from hell, weed whackers from hell, cloaked, mech. Done videos on Spider-Man too, Home Alone, I think it was Home something, where they cloak all this mech. They're all cloaked and they were found within these storm systems, and they create these holographic storm systems and high winds, and they send this mech through and it just takes everything out. There he is, Lucifer in the Sky with Diamonds. Okay. All right. This looks like mech. Yep, more mech caught on cams. And this is what everybody's seeing in the skies, and they think it's a UFO. I've done videos on all that, and it has the same amount of lights as that. It's right there, on the cam. And you can see it down here. But people are seeing a reflection of this in the clouds. And, yep. And then it's just more mech, like Elysium-style base up there or something. And you can see this mech just on like a track system, hidden track system, being pulled across the sky. This Dark Sun. with this machine up there. The same thing that is that just happens to resemble what's at the UN, that has the laurel wreaths of Apollo, Apollyon, that's in the sides of the north. Sky Dome Atlantis up there. Right? Is that Machine City where Neo went to make peace for Zion? Yep, and this is just stuff on the cams of, not the cams, but the live streams of NASA. This is underneath I caught this underneath the cloud that was just screening by, and or scrolling on by in their live stream in this NASA, and it's got I think it says it's Canadian arm or something. But anyway, yep, more tech up there, more tech. This is my pad, but this is the device I use to capture this stuff. Ada's parabolic dish, and she caught that, which is images of what's up there. And I caught this on the China Change rocket launch rear view camera. Now, if you could trust it, I mean, obviously all these rockets, I would say, are just going in low Earth orbit and out to sea, and some may be going up to the ISS which casts a feed to conceal Sky Dome Atlantis potential. I'm not really sure, but it looks like this is the sun simulator underneath this digitalized artificial sky canopy that's on a track system with Sky Dome Atlantis there. And the rear view camera caught it. But this is just more of the pics that I've caught here with all this tech, Tower of Babel, sled ride, all this mech in there around this sun simulator, this dark sun. Yep, and your fake auroras, they're building out their digitalized live AI, augmented virtual reality, smart desk, confinement dome, mind control apparatus, getting everybody assimilated with voice to skull technology. Yep. Creating your fake auroras, fake solar storms that they're going to blame, when they create this chaos. Oh, this is the one I showed in the beginning, but this is what I pulled out of it. So you can see like a chain there, and then you can see like this track system there. And this is a platform that I've noticed I've caught up in the sky before, and this is like an arm. Let me see if I got a better one. And you see all this mech around here at the bottom that I was trying to point out. And then this is like this, I don't know, it's like just mech. Self-replicating, self-selling, but you don't know if it's real or not. And this looks like Prometheus. See his arms and his head? It's got like this beehive here. And you see this mech on this cloud structure? Yep. And then you got this orb up here, this light. And this light. Yeah. Yeah. The mech, Prometheus, the beehive, the chain. It's like a freaking lantern. And these are like jaws of death over here. I don't know if I have that. Okay, so you got the Star of Rampham, belong to Moloch, Satan in the Sun Halo, Lord of the Rings, with the Falcon, with Lucifer the False Light Bearer, with his all-seeing eyes, surveillance ball apparatus up top, pretending to be God, creating his utility fog, smart desk, live AI, augmented virtual reality, smart desk, sentient world simulation, confinement dome over our heads. And then I've shown all these. See, this guy got horns, but he's got eyes. The eyes are going to be populating out like this. See, they all populate in the front of these big ships, big soulless black eyes. And you can see like a turbine here on these ships. Okay. This populated right over my house. See the faces? This is a tree right in front of my house. Sorry. I'm just trying to get through this. Yeah, looks like a Phoenician boat. Looks like some figure up there. Yep, This was directly over my house. You can see a face here and a weed whacker from hell, blower from hell. Directly over my house. Weed whacker from hell. See? And these are the figures that are up there. All these types of figures that I've caught over the years. Ant people and these type of figures they create up there, and it's got a nose there and his eyes, and it's like skeleton type body. He's on like a craft. See? These are like the engines of the craft that are coming on out. And he's just sitting on it. His legs are coming on up and over. And there he is. Sorry. Yep, another one. Face populating right there. Right over my house. Okay. This was more that was caught by paper thin veil back in 2017, 2018. Well, this demonic filth comes out of the chemtrails. The magic inside the machine being pulled through this, chemtrails open the outer darkness, lifting the veil, coming through, manifesting through these chemtrails, and then manifesting through this digitalized artificial sky canopy, building out. But when the chemtrails go, so do these folks. Yep. And again, a man-made meteor shower launched by satellite could open the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. How do you think they're going to do that unless they have this is back in 2020, unless they have some type of live AI augmented virtual reality capability over our heads, like the video that I showed earlier with the, at the basketball stadium or football stadium, and the demon coming through this portal, which was, all stage show, obviously, but I mean, what they have for capabilities, I mean, who's to say these orbs aren't fake? Who's to say these drones aren't fake? Who's to say they can't use voice-to-skull technology, plug thoughts in your head, such as this Chris Bledsoe guy, and then cast an orb and throw up, a woman, what they're claiming is Gaia or whatever, but, and this is all the mech around the sun. China plans to launch its own artificial moon by 2020. They're telling you. And again, big, huge pulley systems be pulled across the sky. Right, self-replicating, self-assembling. Just building on out. Building on out. As they create their magic in the machine over our heads. And this is the sun, and the rings all around it. Paper Thin Veil got this a while ago, and I'm like, and then I saw this, and I just pulled it out. I'm like, these are the rings around the sun. This is Lord of the Rings. This is like their Saturn now, and their Sentient world simulation. They got these little diodes and these like green holographic cubes that come around these sun dogs. Meanwhile, they got this huge machine going around the sun, and I caught these little diodes, these two little diodes, and this green little halo around the outer bands of these sundog halos, the sun streaming across the sky on a live stream. And it just happens to match the same thing that Paper Thin Veil caught many years ago. Let's see here, and these are the more mech around the sun. It's being concealed, this dark sun, Machine City in the Matrix. And see, this is what I was talking about on the live feed of NASA. This guy was scrolling by, and everybody's thinking, oh, you're looking at the globe Earth with the skies going by, but all of a sudden this populates for about 20 seconds underneath this sky as it scrolls on by. And I don't know if, and it's like it's got the track systems underneath. So is that like Skydome Atlantis and ISS casting this feed from up top and this digitalized artificial feed and all these things, all these cameras that are filming all this, on these track systems? That's why when you see what makes me think that is because every time you see a feed of NASA, you see it hitting a little bump, which is like the horse plates and the track systems up there, as if these things are going across a track system, filming this digitalized artificial sky canopy that they're casting down from up top. I don't know, but if you ever watch a feed on a NASA feed, you're going to see where the camera shakes for a minute, as if it's go down a track and then it hits a little track horse plate, and then it shakes because it goes over that, and then it continues to ride down the track while casting this digitalized artificial sky canopy, pretending to be the sky, pretending to be the globe, when in fact we live in an enclosed system. Yep, Star Trek, stars on tracks. Star Trek, stars on tracks. Mech. Yep, self-replicating, self-assembling cloud structures. Yep. And this guy populated Hurricane Irma, after Hurricane Irma in the outer bands, right over my house. A little diamond shape up there. This lady's hands are tied behind her back. It looks like with her hair going back, there's a vertical demon over here, standing right up. Her knees bent. Her arms are back, and there's a face right here populating with the teeth, the nose, the eye, and then there's a triangle right there with a face on it too. Yep. Populated right over that, out of that cloud. Okay, and this is just more demon manifestations that I've caught. Coming, everything's pouring out of these chemtrails. All this demonic filled squadron of demons is coming out of these chemtrails. So what's in these chemtrails? Ether pulling in outer darkness, and utility fog and foglets creating their live AI augmented virtual reality. And their digitalized artificial sky canopy made of tesseracts pulling in what's behind the veil, also helping and assisting the chemtrail gateway portals, allowing them to manifest through this into our earthly realm. Finishing the groundwork for their grand opening, a reintroduction of a dark past and inverted demonic creation bleeding into our earthly realm via chemtrail gateway portals. Why they terraform the planet plane and build the infrastructure for their demonic AI programmable antimatter highway transport system. Outsourced by CERN. The black chemtrails, the graphene oxide chemtrails, the ether and the chemtrails that they collected from CERN. And this is the Gothard Tunnel ritual. Are they secretly revealing demons looking through a portal during the Gothard Tunnel ritual in 2017? Are these chemtrails? Are they informing us chemtrails or portals? And you got this in the sides of the north, this huge face populating, looks like Anubis, a ship. These chemtrails are going right into these calipers, like I said. They're attaching to this platform, which is actually pulling a cube. And you can see the mech in there. And the mech there. Yep, self-replicating, self-assembling. Again, magic within the machine that they've created over our heads. Operation Dark Storm, The Matrix. It's the best I can explain it, guys. I mean, this is what I'm seeing. And again, right here, Skydome Atlantis, UN, Laurel Reefs of Apollyon, makes the inverted cross. And you got this huge, all the blue bloods are up there. Skydome Atlantis, the mothership, Skynet, Lucy, creating their, and then this is like, I've caught this on a feces, Skydome Atlantis. Let's see all this mech. This mech, see this freaking like demon or whatever you want to call it, ant guy. armadillo head. There's a little face right in there too, guy. Yep. Caught this in a glitch. And I pulled it out of a glitch of a stream going by. And then the camera kind of glitched. And within that glitch, I was able to pull out all this stuff. All that mech in there. See his head? This guy's head looks like an armadillo. Transformer. And then this guy's head right there. Yep. And then you got this thing right there. And then you got a little cube right there. And then you got all this over here. Yep. Call me crazy. I know this is a hard pill to swallow, but it's the only thing I can make out of it. You know, don't take my word for anything. I mean, they're censoring me across all social media platforms. They've removed my retweet icons on my Before It's News account, so I can't retweet this stuff out. They keep locking me out of Twitter. They're censoring all my views, shadow banning my views on Twitter, shadow banning all my views, and taking away thumbs up and removing subs and removing views on all my social media accounts. BitChute, Odyssey. Odyssey, I can't even share videos now. I used to be able to show videos within my comment sections so people could source those videos to confirm everything I'm showing in the video that you're watching on Odyssey. But now when I add all those clips into Odyssey comment section, they won't play, nor will they take you to the video that I'm referencing. They've stopped that. And I've had subs tell me and have done videos where they go over to Odyssey to try and sub, because I was saying in the video that they're suppressing my sub count and my views, and they have done for many years. And he showed live on the video, he went there to try and sub, and it wouldn't allow him to sub, kicked him out. So there's that. I've done videos on all that, guys. So I don't know what you make of it, but this is what I make of it. My channel's non-monetized, never has been, never will be. So I encourage you to take the information of Jesus, test the spirit, seek a confirmation. If felt led, build upon the research, share the information. But I believe Jesus will come back and tear down this this sky, this artificial construct, allowing it to scroll back, you know, as it states in Scripture. And I was thinking, like, when I was talking about the Scripture, you know, you got to be careful because, you know, some Scripture might pertain to the little season, the others might pertain to the millennial reign. But if the millennial reign's already happened, if for the folks that believe that we're living in Satan's little season, then some Scriptures won't apply. So you got to be careful with that, you know. I'm still on the fence myself, but I'm seeing a lot of really strong evidence that we're living in Satan's little season. And personally, I don't see how we could continue to go any longer with the simple fact that, you know, they're getting everybody vaccinated. They're putting graphene oxide in our food, our consumer goods, and our water. It's spraying down on us. They're, you know, and all these specters are coming in, attaching to those people that are full of sin and darkness. You know, looking to win your favor, making, you know, the two hemispheres of your brain is one, plugging into the AI hive mind. This is remaining, you know, grounded in Christ. And I just don't see how this could seriously continue, because there wouldn't be anybody left, any of the saints or any Christians, or, you know, because they're just, all our foods are being, you know, are toxic now. It's stuff's in our water. It's everywhere, and they're creating all this chaos. You know, burning people out of their homes, getting them into rack and pack of smart cities, open borders, creating all this chaos. And who's the father of chaos? Satan. So And it's the eagle eye. It's the eye in the sky. Surveillance ball apparatus, creating this metaverse. It's dome over our heads. Polygon nest in the sides north, pretending to be God, capping the dome. The Phoenix, Lord of the rings around the sun that I've shown you. It's the star of Ramfan, belonging to Moloch, Satan, the Canaanite serpent seed races. Are already not an alien race living here amongst us? See the digitalized artificial sky canopy made of tesseracts? Shows you the dome that he's stuck in, right? With all the V's, the vaccinations, and it says containment, Smart Dust Containment Dome. It says Monarch Outpost, which is Monarch programming, MK Ultra, all about that's what the Shining movie was all about. The Shining's referring to the dark sun. I've done videos on all that. Mind control, Monarch out programming, 236, which is 3 sixes, Skull Island, which is voice to skull technology, and she shows the Voodoo Doll, which is all about gang stalking, targeted individual program, getting everybody assimilated. And you got this right here, the Death Star and God's real son, if you can count on these images, obviously, but you got Elysium style base, Lucifer the false light bearer, it's false luminescent. Asgardia Space Kingdom, based on a satellite in low Earth orbit with a PC unit, become assimilated with the Eye of Ra, Radium, Satan, the 88s, Collisions of Dimensions, Lord of the Rings, Saturn, the Dark Sun, Apollyon, Nest in the Sides of the North. Creating his freaking metaverse right over our heads, Sentient World Simulation, Trump with the Black Cube. Trump's also connected to the 88. We graduate and are indoctrinated with a cube on our head. Everything we've been taught is a complete, utter lie. The Black Cube. The Phoenix, on the dollar bill, the all-seeing eye. The Eye of Lucifer. Osiris, with the star of Ramfan belonging to Moloch, Satan. Metatron's cube caught within the sun halo. With the Eye of Ra. Graphene Biowar, Roadmap to Mind Control, Prometheus, Open Gateway Portals to Outer Darkness, Graphene Oxide, Specters are coming in, attaching to those full of sin, versus those, remaining grounded in Christ and confess their sins. I mean, this is based off my research, guys, so again, you need to take this information to Jesus, test the spirit, and it's all about ear magic. Illuminati playing cards, Magic in the Machine, Metatron's Cube, Saturn, North Pole. Yep. Werner von Braun on his tombstone, Psalms 19:1. He created NASA. The heavens declare the glory of God and the firmament show his handiwork, Psalms 19:1. Claiming we live in an enclosed system. And you got here Bill Gates with time, Kronos, the timekeeper, with the all-seeing eye. Surveillance, or all-seeing eye, floppy disk makes the cubes, the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. He's pointing up, once again, the black cube. It's the magic inside the machine. Everything we're seeing over our heads. It's the Xbox, right? And I'll leave it at this. It's all in Candace, Hunger Games. They're showing you the Falcon up there, right? And this holographic dome that's over our heads says the Fallen. She's looking at it within the dome, looking up, just like we are. We're looking up and seeing this digitalized artificial sky canopy unknowingly over our heads with the fallen angels up there. Apollyon, she shoots up the digitalized artificial sky canopy. Plasma discharge happens, throws her on back. The sky opens up. The real skies crank them down, picks her up, and it reveals God's real sun, real moon, real stars, just like in the Matrix. Yep. And then you got Fantastic Four talking about portals, right? All these superheroes, the Marvels, tearing down the old, building the new. Ragnarok with all these portals and orbs, right? What were you the god of again? He's got the one-eyed symbolism, Queen of Heaven. Doctor Strange talking about multiverses, all these different dimensions, accessing the fifth dimension. And it says, and here's X Apocalypse. Remember, X is the cube. Everything they have built will fall. And from the ashes of their world, we will build a better one. When these smart cities, forget everything you think you know, whatever lessons you learned in school, whatever your parents taught you, none of that matters because it's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. We will know our disinformation program is complete when everything the U.S. public believes is false. William Casey, CIA director. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I think I've covered enough. Hopefully, I didn't make this too big where you're not going to be able to watch it on BitChute because the file is too big. But again, the orbs, the mech that's at the Vatican, guys. These utility these foglets at the Vatican with the pine cone because they're targeting your pineal gland, right? Sodomy, which is connected to the vagus nerve, which fuses the two hemispheres of your brains together. And that's what ultimately they're looking to do. They come into the back door, they come in, wherever they can get you, but you have to be full of sin. You have to, for this gang stalking program to truly work, in order to access you instead of being full of light in Christ or high energy. But if you're because it's low energy waves, radiation waves, frequency based weapon systems, low ELF waves. So your vibrations got to be low, and for them to target you, and that's why they plug free porn 24/7, have all this filth on TV, and fumigating society and humanity with all this demonic filth and just all this just crazy, evil, wicked devices and tech and everything. So anyway, you got the mech and you got the pineal gland. It's the pine cone at the Vatican. They're targeting the pineal gland. I think I've got that. Of course, you got the sphere and referencing the orb, right? You had it with these guys. There's the pine cone that they're targeting the pineal gland, the balance within. Satan's looking to win your favor. They've got their mech building out all this stuff out there, right? All these different orbs. And let me just show you that real quick if I can. So it's all about mind control, right? Nano implants, bioappies. This is a VTV series, done videos on all this. This is their digitalized artificial sky canopy and VTV series, the reptilian series. There's the Queen of Heaven, right? Showing you the fake clouds up there. But what I wanted to show you was, gosh, do I not have that? Here it is. The pine cone, the pineal gland, the Vatican, and the fallen angels. The fallen angels attacking the pineal gland. The Eye of Ra become assimilated, the pine cone at the Vatican. DARPA. It's the eye in the sky. It's all about surveillance ball apparatus, the all-seeing eye of Lucifer, looking to be omnipresent like God through a surveillance ball apparatus, become assimilated. And I told you it was all at Hunger Games, the inauguration. Biden dressed up as Hunger Games with Lady Gaga, her Freemasonic pin. And this is just what they're showing you, this light spectrum, and then they show you all these, like motherships or whatever, the ships up there. But this is all at Biden's inauguration. They're monitoring all the districts below us, looking to get us all simulated. Yep, Skynet web. Yep, getting you simulated. Turning into a human 2.0 mind control bot for the order via their black blood mind virus. Sunlight is magic. Redirecting God's sun through this mech, this hidden mech in the clouds, through this sun sim, dark sun mech, and redirecting that false light, torching all these areas below. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that, man. There's their orb, their Project Looking Glass that was in Tomorrowland, talking about a world beyond with their AI ball, being able to see the past and the present, in the future. I mean, National Artificial Intelligence with the Eye of Ra makes a spider web become a simulated. This is their digitalized artificial sky canopy that's all around us. Plasma discharge in the space fence. So when the Centennials try to exit this freaking Matrix sentient world simulation over our heads and break through the digitalized artificial sky canopy like Neo did, they couldn't, because they were no longer part of this matrix and this fueled by this, I guess, this electricity. But there it is. We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false. Yeah, all right, guys. Let's go ahead and just leave it at that. All right, you guys have a mighty blessed one. Stay armored up. Know that Jesus loves you and appreciate your time. Take care.